What's the scariest urban legend from your state? Today we're talking about Minnesota. In Duluth, Minnesota, there is the Gleansome Mansion. This mansion was built between 1905 and 1907, and it was a home for Chester and Clara Congdon and their daughter Elizabeth. After both Chester and Clara passed away, Elizabeth would inherit their entire fortune and also the home which she lived in. Elizabeth did not have any children of her own, but she did adopt two girls, Jennifer and Marjorie. Marjorie's life was not exactly, it didn't go as she had seen fit. After 20 years of marriage, her husband divorced her, and then she would move to Colorado and find another man named Roger Caldwell, and they would get married. Both Roger and Marjorie liked the finer things in life, but neither of them were wealthy. It was Elizabeth that was wealthy and was often on the hook for their really big ticket items. But after Elizabeth had a stroke, she basically cut Marjorie and Roger off. At first, they did try living the high life as they had, but by 1977, they were completely broke. Marjorie was set to inherit about $8.2 million after Elizabeth died, and it seems as if she tried to hurry that process up just a little bit. So on June 27th of 1977, Roger flew to Duluth to take out his mother-in-law. Elizabeth had night nurses that would come stay with her, and Velma, the night nurse for that evening, was not originally scheduled to be there that night, but someone else had called in, and so she had stepped in last minute. After the lights to the house went out, Roger made entry into the house. He attacked Velma on the staircase with a candlestick and then smothered Marjorie with a satin pillow. Roger then took some expensive items out of the home, and they were both Velma and Elizabeth were found the next morning by the nurse that was supposed to take over that day. At first, police thought that this was just a robbery gone wrong, but soon started looking into Marjorie and Roger and realized that they were the culprits. Roger was charged and convicted, and Marjorie was soon charged right after Roger. Marjorie, though, was found not guilty, and Roger soon filed an appeal after that. He was still found guilty, but the courts decided not to give him any more prison time. Roger would end up taking his own life in 1988, and Marjorie remarried but stayed in legal trouble for the rest of her life. But as the mansion sits today, you can rent this out for like a wedding venue or stuff like that, but people think that this place is haunted by not just Elizabeth, but also Velma. But it seems as if both of them are friendly spirits and are welcoming to the people who come into their home. There is often talk about items moving on their own and disembodied voices being heard all throughout the house. But again, it does seem like a friendly haunting with Elizabeth welcoming people into the home, but people also say that Velma and Elizabeth like to people watch. So what are your thoughts on this? Would you check it out? Let me know your thoughts down